Welcome everybody to our Synergy call. And we're so excited, and I've got the privilege and honor to introduce just an amazing speaker tonight. So it's going to be a fabulous evening. We're grateful to everybody here that's on the call this evening and those that will be listening later. But tonight we have a very special speaker. She's near and dear to my heart. She's technically my daughter-in-law, but I feel she's my daughter. I have no girls. I only have boys, you guys know. So she was my first princess that came in the family, and she is the ultimate princess. But I'm just so proud of everything that she's accomplished at such a young age, and she'll be able to share her story this evening. But it was meant to be that when she joined our family back in 2010 and married my youngest son, Eric, and of course gifted us with the beautiful grandsons, Ramsey and Rowan, that I call my sweet princes. So without further ado, I'm going to actually turn it over to Brian Mariani. He is our Chief Innovation Officer, and he'll be our host for this evening's call.
Thank you, Cindy, and welcome everyone. We're just so excited to have you all here live with us, and for those joining later, we so welcome you and thank you for your participation in this incredible call and the value and gifts that you'll receive from the information from our just incredible presenter this evening. So we have Tiffany Taylor, and she is the CEO of Beautify. She's a celebrity makeup artist. She has been, I believe, nearly 2 decades in this line of work. I have met her personally. She is an extraordinary human being and an exceptional professional. And I'm so excited for her to share her story about why she's passionate about the work that she does and why it's so important in specifically the beauty industry, why products matter, why how they're used matter, why where they're sourced matters. It really is so critical what we put on our bodies, in our bodies, and certainly on our bodies. And in the area of beauty, there's been just a lot of bad information and a lot of really terrible toxic products that have entered the marketplace over the years. And Tiffany is really going to be able to speak to how there's been a shift and how Regenrus is really pioneering that shift. So thank you so much, Tiffany, for your brilliance, and can't wait to hear about who you are and how these Regenrus products help you in your practice to serve people.
Well, thank you, Brian. I really appreciate it. I'm so fortunate to be here with all of you guys and share my love and passion for what we do and helping others and bringing out not only our happiness and our beauty from within, but our goal is really to help others. So we have married the two in such a beautiful way with SKINbyREGEN, where we're really passionate on helping others and creating products that are good for us. So my background is as Cindy said, is I'm her daughter-in-law, and I'm also a proud mommy of 2. So I juggle a lot, working in my career and then trying to be a mom and stay healthy and provide my children with the best I can with creating a healthy environment for them. So as a co-founder of SKINbyREGEN, I've really been able to take my knowledge and my passion for healthy ingredients and healthy skincare and really hone in and create an amazing line for everyone. We've taken a lot of amazing ingredients from all over the world to create products that are great for everyday use. So we are very fortunate to have an amazing group of women that we've surrounded ourselves with. And I know that my clients firsthand are loving our products. So I can definitely tell that we are making a difference. And I'm very fortunate that I have a makeup studio, so I'm able to really showcase all of our products and talk to clients about all the amazing charity work that we are doing and how we source our ingredients and how mindful we are when we are creating our products. So I've had a really fortunate job to where I'm able to not only help others, but I can bring in my passion of making people feel great about themselves and then also creating products that are great for everyone. So what we are doing today is talking a lot about beauty essentials and the latest trends we're seeing in makeup and skincare. And I will say, guys, it's all about skin right now. So skin is in, having a fresh face focused on lots of yummy products. You know, minimal makeup is very much the thing right now. So we're very fortunate that we came out with a skincare line focused on improving our skin health. And so what we're doing now is we're seeing a big trend of no more makeup and focusing on taking care of our skin, eating right, and also just being more in balance with ourselves. So some of the big products that we are seeing this year take off are actually toners and face oils. So we have an amazing toner and most of you guys use it. If you're not sure what a toner is, it's great for hydrating the face. It's great for setting your makeup. So we're finding that our toner is one of our best sellers. It flies off the shelf at my studio, and we are using it to freshen up our faces in the afternoons, and again to set our makeup. So if you're not using a toner, definitely incorporate that into your daily regimen. The other big thing we're talking about a lot lately as far as beauty essentials and trends go are face oils. So we are slowly working on creating a formula for face oils so that we guys will be able to provide you guys with something fabulous. But I am obsessed with oils and how they hydrate the skin. We're using them a lot to prep our makeup and to show our smoother skin overall. So if any of you guys and girls that are dehydrated out there, make sure that you incorporate a face oil into your regimen to help make your makeup look smoother. And as well, you'll notice that your skin will feel more hydrated and actually throughout the day feel more dewy and soft. I cannot wait for us to fully develop an oil. We'll get there. So another great product that we tend to actually forget sometimes are sunscreens. And if you're not using a sunscreen, it's so imperative that we incorporate some sort of protection into our daily regimen. It's very, very important to be mindful of your ingredients when working with sunscreens. There's so many toxic, harmful products out there that we are not only are harming our bodies, but also are harming the environments and affecting things like the coral reefs in our water supplies. So be very mindful when you're purchasing your sunscreens to look for ingredients that are, again, not only healthy for us, but like mineral-based sunscreens, but also great for the environment. And then another fabulous trend we are seeing this year for makeup has actually been excuse me, focusing on brightening the skin and really just using a little bit of concealer and cream blush to go a long way. We have, with SKINbyREGEN, have really focused on formulating our products to be compatible with makeup. So a lot of my clients are loving focusing on layering all of our yummy skincare products and then just adding a little bit of lipstick and blush and go. A lot of our clients are seeing their skincare improve dramatically over the course of using our products. So they even come to me saying how they feel like they need less makeup now just because their skin is looking so great. So we've really enjoyed watching this beautiful progression of people's skin becoming brighter and more hydrated over time by just following some simple skincare tips that we've been providing. And then as far as makeup trends go, we also are seeing a huge uptick in soft colors like pinks and peaches. So for all of my ladies out there that would like to look very youthful, I always recommend staying very soft and with your color choices and going with light, bright, soft colors like pinks and peaches. Anything that's too dark will definitely start to age us. So we want to make sure and avoid anything that's too heavy or too dark or too matte. And then one major issue that I've been seeing a lot, guys, is with makeup wipes. So any of you guys that are using makeup wipes or have teenagers that are using makeup wipes, make sure to throw those in the trash. They are destroying our skin. They are messing up the integrity of our skin. They have a tendency to strip away all of our protective barrier. A lot of women will opt to use a makeup wipe versus actually something like a cleanser. And in turn, you end up having a lot of nasty grime left on the skin. So we really want to ditch makeup wipes and always use a fresh cleanser and make sure you're always double cleansing. We really find that a lot of women skip that part. So really make sure if you're wearing a lot of makeup that day that you wash your face twice and that we make sure and use a double cleanse to get all of the product off. Another last but not least is to just be very mindful of your skin type this year. So as we change into the seasons and progress throughout the summer, winter timeframes, we tend to see our skin change to be more oily. Sometimes it's more dry. So really become mindful of where you're at, how your skin is handling the weather around you and the environment around you. If you're having more stress in your life, you may tend to break out more. So really be mindful of not only your ingredients you're putting in your body, which can obviously have an effect on us. So if you're someone who's prone to liking a lot of sugar, alcohol, saturated fats, those in turn can really come out in our skin, in our bodies, and show through breakouts, inflammation. A lot of times clients are wondering why they have certain skin reactions, but they actually are not fully aware that they are maybe allergic to things like fragrances or different sort of acids that can actually cause more rashes and irritation. So we really always encourage everyone to be very mindful on what you're using, what you're putting in your body, the ingredients that you're more sensitive to, so that you're always able to stay ahead of those issues. And then other than that, we really just want everybody to live happy, healthy lifestyles and try to give back as much as you can. And I know through our Regenrus Cares program that we're really able to merge the two together. And I've, very passionate to be able to work on so many fun projects that we have coming up. So we've been very fortunate to have such an amazing program. And I know that I've been very fortunate to have something like SKINbyREGEN in my studio, and it's showing it to all my clients. So I've enjoyed it, and we have lots of great products coming out soon, and we're excited to keep producing. So definitely let me know if you guys have any questions. And my goal here is really just to tap on any beauty essentials and trends and any great tidbits I can give you guys to live happy, healthy, great skin lives.
Well, thank you so much, Tiffany. Very informative. I'm going to have to pay attention to those trends for my own skin.
Fabulous, Brian.
Does anyone out there have a question or a comment for Tiffany? Just so we're not talking over each other. Go ahead, Brenda.
Yeah, you touched on SPF and sunscreen, and I'm horrible at that. I need to do a better job. And I get really confused about, there's the mineral based, which are the zinc, which leave you looking like you're a Japanese geisha or something. And then there's the others. So which would you recommend as far as a good sunscreen?
Well, you actually, as much as you may not like the zinc, things like zinc and titanium dioxide are actually great sunscreens for us. They're the most natural ingredients we can have. The problem with sunscreen is they have a lot of chemical-based sunscreens have ingredients that are not only cancerous, but they turn rapidly into becoming poisonous. Within about 6 months of opening the bottle, it's almost useless. It's oxy, I can never pronounce this correctly, but there's definitely some certain key words. Oxylethane, how do you say oxy? There's definitely some, all the oxys they say to look out for in sunscreens that are no-goes for you. Basically, all my favorite sunscreens are primarily titanium and zinc based, and then you'll have like additives as far as to make them a little bit more smooth to apply. But the whiter and the tackier, honestly, the better, because you're using a clean, pure sunscreen. I can recommend certain brands for you for sure that are on the natural side, but the main thing is to stay away from the big, mainstream brands you see at the grocery stores, because those are the ones that are full of poison, sadly. Yeah. So zinc and all, you want to just put it on and go.
I know. All right, and since I still have the floor, I'm sorry, Carol, one more thing. Probably about the last, and I don't know if it was 2020, just, piling on, but I got diagnosed with rosacea and struggling, it comes back every few months. And I'm like, I've never had that in my entire life. And now all of a sudden I do. And are there things to kind of look out for as it relates to keeping it in check? Because everything I read saying it doesn't get cured. It's always there. It's just something I'm going to have to deal with.
It's true. Rosacea is kind of a tricky word in the sense of like, I almost feel like a lot of doctors will just say any kind of irritant is rosacea instead of really diving into the problem sometimes. So sometimes you have to go a more holistic route with that. There's are triggers for rosacea, so you can have cold climates, spicy foods, alcohol, hot water can trigger rosacea. Some people say rosacea is these little skin mites underneath the skin that cause irritation. So they're still diving into the rosacea world and what causes it. Some of it's genetic factors, a lot of it's environmental. You want to be really mindful on exfoliating and not exfoliating abruptly in those areas that will agitate it. Even with a towel, when you're drying your face off, you want to pat more than rub to not agitate. Making sure you're using really clean ingredients. Sometimes even too many ingredients that have fragrances and products like that that are synthetic can cause irritation to rosacea. So you definitely have to use very calming products. Sea algae is amazing for rosacea. Sea algae is great for any type of psoriasis on the body as well. So it's really tackling it, and if you see it coming on, make sure you're doubling up on your hydration and your especially in the winter time, using lots of moisturizers. And then of course, again, you can easily have it flare up with spicy foods and environmental changes. But it's genetic, but it's sadly you're kind of a prime candidate for it. So with your fair skin and your blonde hair. So
thank you.
Yes.
Great question, Brenda. And I think Carol was next. Go for it.
So some of you, talking of rosacea, some of you have seen what my skin has been up to for the last 2.5 months. It looks pink right now, but it's actually not. It's mostly gone away. Mine was detoxing, and I'm wondering if maybe some of the Regenrus products. I wasn't using Regenrus to detox. I was doing a really strong liver and kidney cleanse, and that brought it out. So I'm wondering if that might be what's going on. Maybe you are just doing a bit of detoxing there, Brenda. But what I was going to say was, Tiffany, are you planning on using frankincense oil in the? Oh, good. Have you found a supplier?
We have not, but
okay, I'll get on that for you.
Okay, it has so many therapeutic properties, as you know, and it's great in any type of beauty products. Great for anti-aging, antiseptic. I mean, I personally would love to see it in an oil with some neroli and a lot of good stuff like that. It's our hemp oil. So we're if you have a great plug on that, that would be amazing. We
best in the world comes from Oman, which is where I used to live. So I will get back on that. I started looking for Cindy when we were early on in this, but I don't know how long it will take me, but I'll give it a shot. I need to find the right connection over there.
Yeah, I hear, and it's really great for wound healing and a lot of scarring and things like that. So
it's very cleansing.
Yes, cleansing, exactly. And I have not heard a lot of detoxing and it coming out in your face, but it makes sense. And so much of our face is a roadmap to the rest of our body.
I surprised everybody.
Was it dry or was it like breakout?
I was losing skin. I was getting about half a teaspoonful of dry skin cells every day off my face. I mean, it was really strange. So people don't usually detox through their skin, but that's what I did. Brian will tell you. We've been talking about this.
I felt like I took the journey with you, Carol.
You did, didn't you? Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Tiffany. Kimberly, absolutely.
Yeah, one quick question for you, Tiffany. Well done tonight. Always well and beautifully spoken. But as we're kind of talking about from a Regenrus Care's perspective, planning our trip to Africa, as we talk, could you maybe talk to different options for people of different skin tones? Because as we go to Africa, we're working with the kids. Are there some natural oils that we could take with us that could be something that, we can find ways to make sure it's part of their daily routine? I'm just trying to think of, where's some smaller, more natural places we can start if we don't have a grocery store and the means to go out and get these amazing natural products, which I'm very excited to hear about what your suggestions are for sunscreen. But as we're like thinking of going to Africa next year, what are some of the things that we can be using with the kids, and kind of getting into their routine as well for
Definitely.
moving forward?
Yeah, and well, and it's interesting that you asked that because I work a lot with Bethany, and we are planning our trip for next year, of course, and we always are trying to come up with ideas of what to bring there. And something that Bethany always stresses is that it's better to buy locally once you're there to help not it tends to be a lot more expensive to bring things over. So what we've been working on trying to find what grows naturally there, what are therapeutic and holistic ways that we can help the children with what's native to them. So that's something that Bethany and I and a group of us have been working on. I know it's really, we always want to like ship them clothes or ship them products, but Bethany says it ends up wasting a lot of money. So our goal is to really find things locally to help provide that. I know there's a lot with banana palm trees and certain sort of oils that they're extracting from the trees that are around them. So that's a great question. And I would really love to dive more in that with Miru and Bethany and trying to find out what are people using locally to treat themselves holistically, and how can we cultivate that and start planting on our own. We have some really huge plans in Uganda in the next year that we are really striving hard to create. And one of them is a lot of farming and bringing in some agriculture and some ways of bringing more food to the village and the orphanage, if you will. And so there's a lot that goes into that, and it's actually a very dangerous process per what Bethany's been explaining to me, with land grabbing and a lot of there's just a lot of ins and outs, but there's also a lot of people there that want to help. So I think that that's something that we should definitely dive even more into to see how we can grow maybe some even medicinal plants for them around the village and things like that. So yeah, I mean, I think that's something we should have a follow-up on for sure. And if Amiru, if you have any things that you grew up, like any holistic type products and ingredients that you know are native around you, we'd love to hear about that as well.
I love to look more into that so that I can share more insight about holistic products and all. Yeah. So be sure to keep your messenger open.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Take this opportunity to let everyone on this call know a little more about us. Uganda Generation Hope is a non-profit that is based in Austin, Texas, but working in Uganda, and we partnered with Uganda Generation Hope over here, and I'm the country director of the organization. And what we are doing basically is we are trying to promote sustainability and increase the standards of living of the children and the people in our care by providing more outreaches and helping them have a better life. Because here we face a lot of issues with food insecurity, which causes a lot of needs to be not having for the children. And that makes the situation very hard. And I put up a post of recent for those of you who follow me. We are currently in lockdown for 42 days. So everything is pretty tied up. Public transport has been cut off. And the last lockdown we experienced, actually something good came out of it, because that is when I started reaching out to people on the internet. That is how I fell in love with Bethany and his mission. And through the same way, I've been able to carouse and meet all of you. And I'm so glad to have this opportunity to have this meeting with all of you. And I'm just requesting all of you to get more engaged in our work. And as y'all prepare for the journey for the next year journey to here, just want to let you know that we're excited about it. And yeah, I'm all aboard, and I'm here in case of any questions or any inquiries. Happy to be with you.
And as Cindy said, I get a little ahead of myself. So yes, I am so excited that I have had this opportunity to start something so amazing with my mother-in-law and Brenda and Jessica and all the amazing women on board. And now we have Brian and Miru and everybody. So we are very fortunate to be able to take our resources and give back as much as we can. And I know we're just kind of tipping the iceberg on that. And as Cindy said, my background starts out with a lot of love and beauty and fashion and holistic healthcare. I grew up with my mom, who, of course, was always trying to give us an oil for this or that. So when meeting with Cindy and working with her, it's been amazing to be able to take all my fun knowledge and my passion in skincare and really merge it with her holistic and social impact. Striving to always help others goals. So we've really been fortunate to have this amazing group come together, and now working with all of our fabulous friends in Uganda and trying to make a difference there. It's been so rewarding. And I can't wait to bring Rowan and Ramsey and our children and show them the beautiful country of Uganda and the beautiful people. And I know we have so many fun projects in the work, and our goal is to help you guys. So we are very fortunate to be able to have Bethany. She's incredible, and she's really linking a lot of us together. So we have some big fundraisers coming up in Austin, actually, that we're working on right now for you guys. And so we're actually going to host something at my studio soon too. So we're making it happen. Yes. But thank you.
I just really quick wanted to talk about, another part of the business, obviously, with the skincare and you being, one of the formulators and, kind of the secrets behind our skincare line is you're also the face when we have like our sip and spas, especially our virtual ones because of COVID. We had to take our really, really fun, pampering sip and spa parties and bring them online. And you have been absolutely amazing in kind of helping us cultivate that pampering, spa experience, but on Zoom. Can you talk a little bit about, just for those who maybe haven't, heard of the virtual sip and spas yet, just talk a little bit about what we do there and what you do as a presenter.
Great, yes. Our virtual sip and spas have been a great way for us to adapt during these hard, crazy times for all of us. And, we wanted a way to engage and still be a part of the community and see our friends and meet new clients and, create a way to really bring in more resources for us to be able to give back. So our virtual sip and spas have been so fun for everyone. They're a great way to connect with your friends and really just learn the tips and tricks, get a great way of seeing our line and what we've created and learn about each of our products. So we've been able to have little small, tiny sip and spas all the way to big corporate events. So we really have a full spectrum of what we can provide, and we actually can customize those for your needs. So based on what kind of party you're having and who you're trying to entertain, we can definitely make it tailored to your special event. So we've been really fortunate to use Zoom and have a way to still stay connected to our friends and our fabulous client base and really have great outreach with that. So fortunately, we are still doing it, and hopefully we'll start having more sip and spas in person, but having our virtual party allows us to connect with people all over the world. So it's really something that we plan to keep up and kind of merge the both of them together. So think of us for your next fun party as well.